It's Wednesday, November 9th, and welcome to the Drop Zone. Good evening, everyone, or good late afternoon, I guess, depending where you're coming from. Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, here with another version, another episode, I guess we'll call it, of the Drop Zone. In fact, because we're so new here at the Drop Zone, this is going to be my second take. Some of you joined me on Sunday night. If you already saw or heard of what was taking place at the Dellys, as in not a not a deli shop, something I might be a fan of, but the Dellys, the disc golf award show. If you already heard me talk about it Sunday night, there was some issues with a little bit of technology, and so rather than leaving that up and running, I decided to reshoot it here. I'm hoping that things go a little bit smoother. I tried some things that just weren't quite possible at that time, and now hopefully things can go a little bit smoother for you guys. So hope you guys are well. Coming to you at a much earlier time, and I'll be honest with you, I want these to be semi-spontaneous in that I don't want to be limited to just the late night that I typically operate on. If something big or exciting or really gets me going, I want to talk about it at 10 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, or in this case, 5:15 in the evening Central Time. I want to be able to jump on, and if you guys consume it, great. And if you don't, I'm not offended by that either. So hope you guys are well, and I appreciate it. As always, when somebody jumps in and says that things look or sound good. So thank you so much. I'm always looking for that immediate feedback just so I can know if I need to keep going or if there's anything I can address right away. And it looks like I may have one or two quick things to click on, and then we're going to be ready to go. Of course, after all day long of waiting for my bank to deal with some fraud issues, they're now finally calling me back, even though it's after normal banking hours. So that's annoying. All right, let me make a couple quick clicks on a few things, and hopefully we'll be ready to go in just a moment. You want to like, share, subscribe, all the YouTube things. I am working on the idea of this becoming an audio podcast as well. A few of you guys have shared that you would like to have that happen. Maybe you don't want to consume it this way. YouTube's not your thing. Totally understandable. And if we can make that happen, there's a couple people I need to reach out to make sure that we can make that happen. It seems easy enough, well, for other smarter people to be doing anyway. So let me make one more click. This is, oh, there we go. And let's see if I can edit a few things here. Just talking about the drop zone, a familiar place. Yeah, for some more than others. I can understand how it might be a familiar place for you. As always, click on that. And now with that, I think I'm officially good and ready to go. All right, so what am I talking about? What I want to do is shed some light on the experience that I had, and then I'd like to challenge the disc golf community, not only to share maybe some of your experiences, but if not share those, go out and maybe create some of these experiences and opportunities as well. And what I'm talking about is the Joliet area, the greater Joliet area down in Chicago, Illinois, or a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. I apologize if you're here in a local train. They put together, well, let me back up even more. Sean and Sheila Callahan have worked so hard, along with a ton of other people, to have the Canyons at Dellwood, this course that many of you already know about. You saw it on the Silver Series. You've seen it featured in a short documentary style video called Schlitz Creek, done by Ryan, who's done a number of other things with Disc Golf Network and Disc Golf Digest. You've seen photos that have come from Lauren Lakeberg. You've seen other videos. So the Canyons at Dellwood is a well-known and rated as one of the best courses in Illinois. So it's on the map for that reason, along with having this incredible pro shop, and then the crew over there at Dellwood has then also their own podcast and does a number of other things. Countless events. Well, you could count them, but when it was all said and done, it was dozens of sanctioned events, a handful of unsanctioned events, along with four separate fundraisers, all of this crazy stuff that this crew and club have been working on and have put together. Incredible stuff. A couple of years ago, they had the idea to have an awards show. And then, of course, as many of you know, this worldwide pandemic thing happened. And when it was all said and done, things got postponed and delayed. So last year, 2021, is when they put together this award show. And by award show, let me see if I can now maybe even click and show you. By award show, they actually rent out a theater-like venue or a theater venue called the Roxy. And as I'm clicking on it now, and some of you are seeing, it's a theater, and it can be rented out for various activities. And they had it last year. And then, of course, they went back there this year, and you're seeing on screen, they call it the Dellys, 2022, presented by Dellwood Disc Golf. Awesome. Such a unique opportunity. And thanks to Lauren Lakeberg, who many of you have seen the work that she's done as one of the best photographers we've seen in disc golf, she then puts together, or has put together, a blog from this. Now, I'm not going to go and jack everything she's done, clearly. I want you to go check it out. I've already put it in the event description. She's going to do everything I'm doing and then extrapolate on it times 10. I just want to give you guys a little taste of what they're doing over there. Of course, this is the marquee sign out front. She goes on to talk about it. And then we've got a number of photos, including this incredible ice sculpture that then gets lit up. Tuan, who's a local gentleman, ultimately is your MC and your host for the evening. She's got a lot of audio of that, also a bunch of pictures. And then some of the guys that were then giving out awards. Now, one thing that they did is they had an awards presentation for their end of season series, or they had a series and then end of season awards for those. So this was just straight up based on your play at a number of events, and then they had all the various divisions. Thor was giving out the awards, Ryan along with Sean there. So then they continued to lead into 4 other separate awards that are officially considered the Dellys. And just quickly, I'll read. They had the retroactive Delly, which went to Paul McAllister. He was one of the gentlemen that helped get things going in that area forever ago, back in the late 70s. So that was Paul. He had received the award, and there's obviously a write-up from that. They had Best Dressed awards that were given away. I was there as a special guest to kind of help out largely with the raffle drawing at the end of the night, which was insane. And then here's a ton of your different ending awards that were given away for the various series. Brian Cummings, who's in the Indiana Hall of Fame and Illinois Hall of Fame, and maybe the PDGA Hall of Fame, was there as the DJ, as that's his professional services. And then there's more. Okay. So they had 4 different Dellys that were given away, and it was awesome. Just incredible what they've done. And, these awards are for, like I said, the retroactive award, the retroactive Delly, kind of, for lack of a better term, it's like kind of your Godfather, your Johnny Appleseed type award. Someone who was a pioneer at the time, many years ago, at least in that area. And then they had essentially like a Volunteer of the Year award. They had a Women's Promoter of the Year award, and I'm paraphrasing and rephrasing some of these awards, but you get the concept there. Incredible. And I want you to go out. It's on discgolfphotographer.com. That is Lauren Lakeberg's page, and you can listen in on it. There's also been a video that's now been released as the entire show and the entire night opened up with a video as well, talking about what people should see and expect throughout the night. And then they kind of had a season-long or a year-long recap where there was footage from dozens of tournaments that took place in the Joliet area, largely put together by Doc Leo Borowski, and over 100 people there to take this in, to take in this experience. And I think one of the best parts about it for me, and what I think should be experienced by so many others, is the fact that we're outside of our disc golf element. We're there, we're family, we're community, we're friends, and we're disc golfers, but it felt like so much more than that. And you have all seen this. You see some photos or you see some video of an event taking place. Usually it's a major or a large scale event, and you see our top players wearing dress up clothes or street clothes that aren't just disc golf clothing. And you immediately get a different sense of who they are as a person. And I don't want to just say how they clean up, but yeah, how they clean up, what their personality looks like, what are they wearing that's not just their disc golf attire. And that was part of this evening, which I thought was incredible. And I apologize, I'm double checking that everything is still good and everything seems to be running. Okay. This was for and as asked on the board, this was a Joliet area based award show. Clearly, even someone who's just a disc golf enthusiast, somebody who lives and plays, who used to live and play largely in Wisconsin exclusively, and now sees things from all over the world. This could be done everywhere. I mean, you need a strong community. You need some people that are willing to take forth and put up the effort in order to make everything happen. But this, I feel like this concept, and maybe it's not to this scale. I mean, these guys really nailed it. Maybe it's not to this scale yet, but this absolutely could be done. And that's what I'm asking of so many of you out there right now. Do you have anything like this? I think of Wisconsin, we've had a Wisconsin tour for more than 25 years. It was started as 4 tournaments over 2 weekends. You played one city on Saturday and another city on Sunday. A few months later, you played another city on Saturday and another city on Sunday. Those made up your 4 tournaments, and that was the entire series. Now it's nearly 20 events, and it spans all the way from March into October. At the end of it, we have state champions and tour champions, and you get an extra plaque, but there's no additional celebration beyond that. We have an event that you're at because you probably did well, but that's about it. And I'd love to see something like the Dellys implemented in so many other states and so many other communities, because again, we could. And you know, what do they say? Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Like the fact that I saw how they did this was awesome to see. It was yeah, and it's also, as someone said, maybe this ties in. There's other ties you could have to it. Maybe your state has a Hall of Fame induction ceremony, or has a Hall of Fame, or is thinking about starting a disc sports ultimate or disc golf Hall of Fame. This feels like the perfect time to also have that offering as well. Maybe it's going to be anywhere from 1 to 4 people probably that get inducted into a Hall of Fame. That would be very appropriate to also have on this particular night. So what they did is they had everyone was able to show up. There was kind of this red carpet and photos and opportunities, a couple of vendors, myself, the disc golf guy as a special guest. I was there, and also then I think they had maybe one other vendor, and then the opportunity to buy raffle tickets. Everybody was treated to this insane buffet of hors d'oeuvres and snacks. And then there was a larger food option of more things that were brought in. Here's the best part about that. no, I didn't pick out. The best part was that's also a disc golfer and his parents that got into catering and ultimately were catering this event. Now, I'm sure everything was worked out financially. I don't know, what pricing looked like, but whether it was in kind or sponsored or partially sponsored or not sponsored at all, and you're just supporting the disc golfer that has the catering business, no matter how you cut it, that's such a win-win for so many people. So I'm getting excited about this, and this is why I wanted to have a quick video about it today, is to talk about how cool of an experience it was, how honored I was to be there. Sean and Sheila and the rest of the crew, everyone else. Last year they had Philo in town as a special guest. He was, I believe, providing some clinics and had a hands-on clinic, and then enjoying a good time, along with then pulling some raffle tickets and then having really good. The raffle, by the way, was insane. Hundreds of discs, along with apparel, at least a dozen bags, maybe more, and a Mach 7 was given away. Crazy. It was absolutely crazy. If you're into raffles, that's another good place to be. And here's what I didn't do the other night when I'm glad to do it now, is not only can I point you to one of the videos that was produced by Leo, who had done so many other things. Also, now we have the entire blog that's been written by Lauren Lakeberg, which you guys saw me referencing. Not only are those available, but also I want to quickly go through the player pack. Besides the food and the drink tickets, there was also a player pack that was made available and offered to everybody. I haven't even opened it. They graciously handed me one, and I didn't even go through it. I saw a few people kind of milling around and talking about it, but I didn't actually go through it myself, and I'm going to quickly share it with you guys here live now. And I'm going to double check that everything is still running. It seems like I literally paid the other day to upgrade my internet here at my house, and I'm unsure as to if that's actually done the job for me. So hopefully you guys are seeing and hearing everything. Okay, here we go. Real quick, player pack. I'm going to run through this, and then we're going to start wrapping it up. For our audio listeners as well, which don't exist yet, this is a nice flannel, and it's got the Dellys on it. I don't want to hit my microphone, but here they have, I'm going to drop everything. Here's a flannel, a long sleeve flannel, and it's got the Dellys put on it. So very cool. Wow, a really nice flannel at that. I like it. Nice flannel coat. Frozen back. Okay, appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. We got a deli blend, downtime coffee, roasted on 11/2/22. Holy cow, it was just roasted. Like, what, a day or two before the event happened? But a deli blend. Let's see if I can get that in focus for you. A deli blend coffee. Awesome. Look at this. The Dellys. Here is a commemorative disc. Appreciate it. I think this is a Discmania disc, which I'll get to in a minute. Yes, this is a link, and it's got a custom stamp. It says the Dellys. Awesome. And then one more item. Oh, and then the bag. The bag itself. They even customized a little bag that you got. Just a really nice touch. Ooh, free drink coupon. I should have opened this earlier. Free drink coupon. 2 of them. I'm not drinking in November, people. But whether it's alcoholic or not, I've got myself a sweet Dellys coffee mug. Look at that. Beautiful black Dellys coffee mug. Can be any kind of beverages. So pretty awesome. That was all part of the player pack. Yeah, I want to say it was $35, and you got all that stuff. Plus, there was way more than enough food than you could have possibly asked for. Plus, 4 or 5 hours of entertainment. So, guys, that's what it was. Yeah, the drink coupons. I don't know if they've expired. Maybe I'll come back next year. I don't think I'm going to be special guest if they were smart. But yeah, it was very, very cool and an incredible experience. So that's what I want to know. Do you have something like this? How could this be improved upon? Could you pitch this to your area? Could you yourself host it? Maybe it's a little bit smaller. Maybe it's the banquet hall of a bowling alley or a VFW the first year, and then maybe the next year, once there's enough participation and a little sponsorship, it goes to being at a really cool venue like the Roxy. I don't know what any of that costs them, but I'm sure if you're good within your community, you could find some of these answers. And then also, what are some of the awards that you could think of that could be given away? I generically said, volunteer and female promoter of the year and ambassador or pioneer. There's a lot of different ways you could take it. The workhorse of the year. There's a lot of different directions it could take. And maybe you don't want 10 awards every single year. Maybe you want just 2 or 3. Those are all things, that could be recognized to keep this fun and lighthearted. Local legends of the Local Legends Award. There's so many different ways that it could be spun and that you guys could have fun with it in this capacity. They encourage you to dress up. As I said, there was a best dressed contest as well. $100 gift card was then given away for the best dressed. They just really, really did it well. So this is the second year. This was the Dellys. This was taking place down in Lockport, Illinois. And I can't say enough to Sean and Sheila over at Dellwood Disc Golf, along with everyone else involved. There's a whole slew of people that were able to make this happen. Check the links on the YouTube video. You can see it all through Lauren Lakeberg's eyes, a professional photographer, and then also some videos were made of the evening, and those are also now posted to YouTube. So go check those out. And last but not least, especially since I know Dellwood works closely with Discmania, I want to quickly throw it out there. I myself just got, unfortunately, they were a day after the event, but I did get some brand new Lux links here with the Disc Golf Guy logo. I got a couple of those from Discmania. Also, some Metal Flake FDs with the Disc Golf Guy logo. Often you guys ask how you could support me. Those are a couple options. Metal Flake FDs. Also got Vapor Essence. Sounds like a band, right? Ever Essence? I don't know. Some Vapor Essence. If you like green, good, because it's the only color I got, but I do have some of those. So some Vapor Essence. And then also some Meta Splice. What? That's the Wonder Bread stamp. Meta Splice. A couple other options. So reach out if you need any of that action. I've got it. And some P2s. Some colored P2s, which I moved already, but some colored P2s. That's it. That's another episode of the Drop Zone. If you've got ideas, if you've got topics that you want me to debate with myself, or occasionally I'll bring on a guest if we keep it short, that's all what I'm going to keep doing here with the Drop Zone. I do want to thank shop.thediscgolfguy.com. That is my website. If you want to go check some things out, you can do so there. Also, I will be talking to some other people who have jumped up and wanted to show some support. People like Ryan over at Legit Disc Golf. I do appreciate you. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I think that's all we've got for now. I could sit and read comments, but that's just going to make this go for hours and hours and hours. And that's not what I'm doing. So that's another episode of the Drop Zone, the Dellys edition award show for disc golf. Tell me, do you have one? How can it happen? Do you love the idea? Or do you want to just go out to the course and throw Frisbees and then ignore everyone else? You do what you need to do. But that's it from the Drop Zone. I'll catch you guys next time. That's all we've got. This has been another edition of the Drop Zone. Bye.